Culture surveys during a transition. I don't trust them. And I'm going to tell you why. Because what you think is feedback might actually be fear dressed up as data. Stick around because I'll show you the real reason surveys backfire when your people need you the most. Imagine this. It's 6 months after a major transition in your organization, new leadership, new strategy, maybe even a merger. Everyone's walking on eggshells. You open your inbox and there it is. Take our latest employee culture survey. Let me ask you something. What do you think that survey is going to tell you? The truth or the story your people are too afraid not to tell? Stick around because by the end of this video, I'm going to show you why culture surveys during transition are not only misleading, they're dangerous. Let's be honest. If you're a leader or HR professional, you've probably been told, measure what matters. Post your people. Feedback is data. But here's what they didn't tell you. During transitions, people don't tell the truth. They tell you what's safe. Culture surveys in the middle of chaos, they don't reflect reality. They reflect survival instincts. People are unsure who's staying, people don't know who's watching, and people definitely don't know what's safe to say out loud. But sure, let's send a survey and base strategy on that. Let me say something that might make some consultants uncomfortable. Culture surveys are the new corporate pacifier. They make leaders feel like they're listening without doing the hard work of actually listening. In fact, when a team is navigating layoff restructuring or a leadership change, I'd argue that sending a culture survey is one of the worst things you can do. Why? Because it sends a message. We're more interested in data than dialogue. It gives the illusion of listening without requiring any real presence. And the enemy here is not the survey, it's the false sense of clarity that it gives you. I worked with a company who had just gone through a major acquisition. Overnight, 600 employees were merged with a new team, new leadership, new systems, new everything. 3 weeks after the announcement, a pulse survey was sent out. Leadership was shocked. People seemed fine, they said. Engagements holding steady, they said. No major red flags, they said. But what was really happening? Their highest performing director had already applied for 2 jobs. One department had started a private chat that they called exit strategies. And morale was so low that people were sending each other memes of the Titanic. But the survey, it said mostly satisfied. Why? Because fear silences honesty and transitions breed fear. Here's the truth no one wants to tell you. You can't measure culture while people are still grieving. Transitions are emotional. They involve loss of status, of certainty, and of routines. So when you ask people how they are feeling about their role, you're not measuring engagement. You're measuring their trauma response. And if your culture tool doesn't know how to account for grief, it's not a culture tool. It's a coping mechanism with a dashboard. You want insight? Don't look for the averages on a spreadsheet. Look for the stories people are telling in the lunchroom. So, what's the alternative? Ask yourself, what would it look like to actually earn trust during transition? Before asking people to evaluate the culture, what would change if we replace surveys with structured storytelling or with small group sessions where feedback was heard and not scored? Because here's the real insight. Culture isn't what people say when they're surveyed. Culture is what people whisper when no one's listening. So the next time you're tempted to send out a survey mid-transition, pause. Ask, do I want data or do I want the truth? And here's the kicker. You can't have both until you've built the kind of safety that makes honesty possible. If you want to rebuild trust, ignite morale, and create a culture worth measuring, then stop rushing the survey and start earning the story. Because the most accurate cultural metric, they're not anonymous, they're relational. We don't need better surveys. We need braver conversations. If this shook the way you've been measuring culture, hit subscribe. Smash that like button and share this with your team. We need fewer dashboards and more leaders who listen.